about time. What's going on?
Rumor Report, Rumor Report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right. Well, Jeremy Lin says that he was called coronavirus on court, and they are now investigating exactly what happened. Now, he put out a statement and just basically talked about certain things that have been happening. He said, I know this was disappointing some of you, but I'm not naming or shaming anyone. What good does it do in this situation for someone to be torn down? It doesn't make my community safer or solve any of our long-term problems with the racism. When I experienced racism in the Ivy League, it was my assistant coach, Kenny Blakeney, that talked me through it. He shared with me his own experiences as a Black man, stories of racism I couldn't begin to comprehend, stories including being called the N-word and having things thrown at him from cars. He drew from his experiences with identity to teach me how to stay strong in mine. He was also the first person to tell me I was an NBA player as a sophomore at Harvard. I thought he was crazy. The world will have you believe there isn't enough justice or opportunities to go around, that we only have time to pay attention to one group of people at a time, so we all need to fight for that spot, that the people you see hurting other people that look like you on the news represent an entire group of people, but this just isn't true. So he didn't detail when or where the incident occurred, but Steve Kerr said that he would like for Jeremy Lin's complaint to be thoroughly investigated. Here's what he said.
I applaud Jeremy for his words and echo his sentiments regarding racism against the Asian American community. It's just so ridiculous and obviously, spawned by many people, including our former president. It's just shocking. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around any of it, but I can't wrap my head around racism in general. I mean, we're all just flesh and blood.
Me neither, Steve. Well, who was it? Was it another player that called him that? Was it somebody in the stands? Like who? Who?
He didn't say, because he doesn't want to. I guess it has to be somebody that we would know, because he didn't want to put that person on blast, because he's not naming anyone. But he did say it happened on the court.
I wonder how trash talking has in sports has changed in like this era that we're in, because we don't discuss that enough. We know how things have changed everywhere else, comedy, TV, film, but in sports, when it comes to trash talk, I wonder how things have changed.
I thought about that the other
day.
And
he did say it was a player that called him that.
Because we used to say everything playing basketball.
Absolutely.
Your mother, like whatever it took, like you wanted to get in that person's head. Like it was trash talk.
You're trying to get in their head, which is interesting. I was watching Boogie this weekend, the movie coming out starring Pop Smoke, and that's what Pop Smoke was doing to the guy the whole movie, just getting in his head by saying all types of wild stuff.
Right. Well, there has been a lot of violence and racism against Asian Americans since the pandemic actually started. They said in 8 weeks between March 2020 and May 2020, there were 1,800 acts of hate against Asian Americans that were reported. And that things were heightened by Donald Trump placing blame for the virus on China and calling it the China virus and the Kong flu. All right. Now, also over the weekend, the D'Angelo versus took place at the Apollo. And they said the episode did break the traditional format. And what you did see was it was more like a celebration of D'Angelo. And there was some performances that he had with collaborations that he's done. And so he started it off with an untitled new song with Keon Harold.
Love is a thing, makes the world go round. It's the thing the lonely hearts have found.
Salute to my guy Keon Harold.
And Redman and Method Man also came out and did Left and Right and Method Man breakups to makeups.
Picture that. You ain't want me when you had me.
Now you on your third baby daddy. Classic. Drop on
He
the clues
still
about
sounds
some
amazing.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I love Versus, but I simply didn't know what the hell they was doing. That new format threw me off. They could have marketed that a little better. If they doing exclusive concerts, great. But you got to tell us that, because I didn't know what was going on.
They did say that. They did say it would be like a D'Angelo and Friends versus. And then Her came out there. Now, this was one of my favorite Lauryn Hill songs, Nothing Even Matters, with D'Angelo. And she also did her song Best Part, which I love too, her song with Daniel Caesar. So here is Her.
Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters.
See, I don't need no alcohol.
No.
Your love make me 15 feet tall. Without it, I go through withdrawal. 'Cause nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters.
Yeah, I was confused with this versus.
That made me want to go back and listen to D'Angelo's albums again.
I was watching Canelo Alvarez fight on Saturday night because I'm telling you,
that was a quick one.
It was 4 rounds. D'Angelo and friends versus. I didn't know what that was.
I didn't know what it was.
He battling his friends. I didn't know what was going on.
I thought he was battling his friends. I thought he was bringing different artists out to battle.
That's what I thought.
And then somebody told me it was him versus Maxwell. So then
I would have tuned in for that.
I was confused.
Who told you that?
I don't know where that rumor started. But then Swiss Beats said that it was supposed to be him and Maxwell, but they couldn't get it done.
Now, see, that would have been a date night. If I knew if it was D'Angelo versus Maxwell Saturday night, that would have we'd have crafted a whole date night around that. But I didn't know what that was Saturday. It was cool, but they could have did a better job marketing it because I didn't watch. I'm gonna watch the replay though.
I watched it.
All right. Well, just so y'all know, Ghostface and Raekwon are going to be doing an upcoming
What?
versus.
Say what? Say what?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. They versing each other?
Yes.
I don't like that.
That's dope.
I think it's dope.
No, I don't
I got
like
on
that.
my Raekwon.
But the
Ghostface.
thing is, they got
like
mad
that.
records with each other. So how do they do the records
First of all,
with each other?
Ghostface is my favorite rapper of all time. Y'all
That's
know
gonna be
that.
tough.
Ghostface versus Raekwon, I don't like that one because it's just like you got the whole purple tape.
That's a real celebration right there.
Yeah, but they can't battle each other. They're gonna play the same songs.
What they could do is whoever had the song on their album, they could use it.
What do you do with the purple tape then? The purple tape literally
Well, I
was
mean, it was
Ghostface
really,
and
but that was
Raekwon.
really Raekwon's album.
Nah,
But Ghostface was on every song. Ghostface is on the cover of the album, just like when Iron Man
is. Maybe you go verse for verse.
They can't do that. They got to battle 2 other people.
With Iron Man is Ghostface, Raekwon, Capadonna. They all on the cover of the album.
They can't do that.
But by the way, let's not act like Ghostface does not have the best catalog of any solo artist in Wu-Tang. It's not even close. Let's be clear on that. We don't even think about it. There's nothing to think about. Okay?
Oh no, there's some classic albums on
Ghostface
under
has the
umbrella.
best solo catalog of everybody in Wu-Tang. Okay?
Ghostface has some great songs for girls.
They got Ghost on them though, but Ray got a lot of joints.
Purple Tape is the best album of all Wu-Tang solo
Liquid
projects.
Swords was an amazing album too.
It was, but it ain't the Purple Tape.
No, it's not.
That's not the Purple Tape.
That is not.
It's not the Purple Tape. But Ghostface has the best
so
catalog.
it seems like y'all think it'll be a good versus. All right, well that is your rumor report.
I'd rather see Ghost and Ray go up against another, great duo.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be some great stories told in this one.
Of course, it's gonna be incredible.
All right, now front page news. When we come back, what we talking about?
Well, let's talk about COVID and the vaccinations and what's happening. There's a new one that's going to be out possibly this week.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.